Welcome back to I Am African podcast. I'm your host, Liz, and today we have an incredible episode. We have here our new guest, I guess, a familiar face to all of you because after season 1, I saw what happened. He's a very hot commodity for all people.
Thank you.
Always, it's good to see you.
Likewise, I haven't seen you for a while now. So
I know, it's a year.
Yeah.
I think we'll make it a thing where we see each other like a year.
yeah, but like that needs to change.
It needs to change. We did say that last time.
Yeah, but it didn't change.
Yeah. For like 30 seconds and then it came back.
But I'll blame you for that though.
Whoa, okay. I'll take one for the team.
Good.
But anyways, so today's episode, we are talking about being African in the world in 2026. We are revisiting the conversation about our African identity, who we are. We are inside the continent and outside of the continent. But I just thought, because we had this conversation in season 1, I just thought it was perfect to bring you back for this topic, right? Because there is a lot of things that are going on in the world. We have changed in the last year since we had that conversation. A lot has changed in the world. And so it's just good to have that conversation again. My question for you, this is the first question. What does being African mean to you? Think from last time we had this conversation and today and everything that has happened in your life, everything that has happened in the world and things that are going on. What does it mean to be African?
That's an interesting question. For me, I would say being an African means identity, carrying on culture, and trying to represent my background as much as I could in every instance that I find myself, which is a lot. Yeah. So, for me, I always try to make it known where my roots are, where they come from.
So pride?
Well, I wouldn't call it that. It's more like I'm confident about where I came from.
Oh, okay. A confident man.
I wouldn't call that pride, but
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go back. Okay. I think for new viewers, they don't really know you, right?
Okay.
And we kind of skipped that part a little bit. I would like for you to go back and reintroduce yourself to our old viewers and introduce yourself to our new viewers. Okay. Because I do have a follow-up to that question, but it only makes sense if you introduce yourself.
Okay. Hey guys, my name is God's Love. And if you know me from the last one, you'll remember that I'm a nurse and also a content creator. And and I'm Lizzie's friend.
Oh, thank you for adding that part. I have friends in high places, you guys.
You're welcome.
Anyways, so for you are Nigerian.
Correct.
You forgot to add that part.
Oh, yes. I'm a Nigerian. If you couldn't tell from the accent.
Honestly. Right. So you being Nigerian, Nigerians are very well known in the world today, right? Mm-hmm. You guys are very proud of your culture. You're proud of your identity. And you are not shy to say it. Because every Nigerian I meet, it's Nigerian, they carry last.
We know they carry last.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Okay. With the world is moving today. What makes it easy for you guys to just say, we are going to say who we are. We're not going to stand down regardless of what we face in the world today?
Interesting. So I think a lot of it has to do with background and what most of us have been through and what we have seen people that came before us, what we have seen them accomplish, knowing that they were able to aim for something and actually went after it and got it done. They kind of embed that in you. So it's like embedded in you. It's like you just have to succeed.
Yeah.
It's like there's no room for failure, I guess.
Yeah.
So that mentality is what a lot of Nigerians grow up with. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it can be a bad thing, but yeah, I think that's the reason. Yeah.
Okay. And I'm glad you said that, the confidence that you guys have can be seen as a good thing and as a bad thing, because you guys are so confident. And I'm only saying this because I've spent a lot of time around Nigerians, especially being in Houston, Texas.
This is Lagos.
Literally, you guys. But the confidence that you have, and there's been a lot of misconceptions around, Nigerians and, the things that happen, right? And that confidence, sometimes people take it the wrong way. These people are cocky. They try to bring that negative aspect, the negative misconception to try to dim that light. But you guys don't let that dim your light. But I will take a step back. because we are talking about being African in the world. We're talking about your African identity. How long was it when you left Nigeria till when you went back?
See, now you're putting me on the spot. You want to know what the crazy thing is?
Yeah.
I haven't been back yet.
You haven't been back. You didn't go back.
No, I planned. I was supposed to go last year.
Yeah.
It didn't happen. Yeah. But again, I'm planning on doing it this year. Now, I hope it does happen. But like currently, I have like a lot of life transitioning going on in terms of finances. It might not be the best time to go, but I do plan on going soon. Makes sense. But I would tell you this. I had a conversation with people that went back. I myself, I didn't go back for 24 years. Okay. Like after 24 years, I went back home, and it was kind of difficult, right? Going back, and people are looking at you differently. The things that you thought you knew, right? The roads, the infrastructure has changed. Everybody has internet. Yes. Before you left, a lot of things were differently. So it was hard to try to fit in back into that, what you remember. Yeah, what you remember. But also everybody's looking at you different because they feel like you live a different life. And now you're back. They don't know. You're not one of them. Yeah. They don't know what are you doing here? So you feel lost. Have you ever felt pressure to prove your African identity because of different factors, whether inside the continent or outside of the continent? I can speak on that. Personally, I've been in spaces where I felt like I had to prove that I was African enough to be there. And then I have been in other places where I felt like they looked at me as trying to be too African. So it's like sometimes it's kind of difficult to find a middle ground where that topic is concerned. But then also it brings to mind the stuff that is happening in South Africa right now. Yeah. Right. So it's what is the point of it? We're supposed to be one. Africa. So for those who don't know, there's been a lot of xenophobia going on in South Africa, and it's not something that's new. It's been going on for a very long time, and it is very sad. This being I Am African podcast, I think it's a good thing that you brought that topic here. It's been going on for a very long time, but I'm going to give you a little bit of history here. South Africa experienced apartheid, right? The whole continent of Africa were touched by the fact that South Africans were being mistreated in their own country. South Africans were experiencing that inside the continent of Africa by the Africans, the white Africans. And former President Nelson Mandela ended up going to prison because he was fighting so hard to end apartheid. And now we are at the point where Africans in the continent of Africa, people in South Africa that know about the history of apartheid are attacking other Africans and discriminating against them, refusing medical treatment, and basically just attacking the well-being of these people and making it difficult for them to live, or because they're considered not South African. And I think there was a situation where it was Miss South Africa. Someone was trying to run for Miss South Africa or Miss Universe South Africa, and she was Nigerian. They refused for her to be part of the pageant because they thought that she was not. They said that she was not fully South African, but she was half South African. And this is one of the few events that has been going on for a very long time. And this year, it's actually gotten really bad. It's all over the news. People are talking about it. It's just sad to see that even within the continent, a lot of people still have to fight this identity crisis where they have to prove if they're African, if they're South African. But at the end of the day, the big part, we are all African. At the end of the day, you are South African. Africa is the last part of it. Yeah. You can be from the North Africa, you can be South Africa, you can be West, East. We are all African at the end of the day. And it's sad to see that this is happening inside our own continent, but we are expecting people to treat us differently. We're expecting people to treat us with respect. We're expecting people to see us when we can't even see ourselves. Yeah, that is really sad.
It is very sad.
Yeah, and as a nurse, I came across a video the other day. Yeah, and it was, I think it's the same one you were talking about, where they were being denied healthcare simply because they are not African. Africans. You
Yes.
see, Aken is like, it doesn't even sound right saying that, but it really made me sad because knowing that in our, where I work at, regardless of what you look like, regardless of your financial situation, if you come in with medical emergency, we're gonna treat you.
Yeah, that's an oath that you take as a medical professional.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if we're doing this for completely, like, it doesn't matter what you look like, and these are people that look like you. These are your own people, and you're simply denying them because there's a freaking geographical map separating you from them.
That is what's exactly happening. And it's so sad to see. And I think because you're a content creator and you create a lot of content about nursing and stuff, you have shared something that happened in the hospital here where a woman was refused care.
Yes, I did share that. It happened, was it Louisiana or Texas? One of those. It was a southern state.
And so now you're seeing it happening
in my own home continent.
In your own home continent. And you just can't believe it's like, how are we here? How are we here?
Yeah.
And it brings us back to the whole conversation about identity. Regardless of where we are, we have to constantly prove who we are, our African identity. Are we African enough, like you said? Or, are we even African in our own African continent? So it's very difficult, but we'll move on. I did want to talk about social media, and of course, you see that every day. It's part of your job, right? How do you feel like social media and the location shape the African identity?
Social media is a powerful tool, right?
Yeah.
And I think as much as it can do good and bad, but I think for the African continent itself, it has done more good than bad.
Yeah.
Because now Africa is literally on the map.
Yeah.
Simply because of social media.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for social media, I don't think we would be where we are as a continent. We would not be known as we are known now globally if it wasn't for that. I think it has influenced the African culture a lot in the sense that it actually exposes our culture to everywhere, like globally.
Yeah.
There's no place you can go now where you're not going to hear Afrobeat.
Yeah.
I was in Thailand last year and they were playing Afrobeat. I'm like, they don't even know what they're saying, but they were, you know what I'm saying? Our energy, the vibe is there because they've seen it on social media. They're always going to vibe with that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I actually agree with you. And I think last season we talked about how we used to see like Africa portrayed on TV and things like that. And I feel like with the way social media is, even us as Africans, even Africans inside of the continent, right, are able to share the things that are happening there.
Yes.
So
in real time.
In real time. So we have gained control of what people see now. We are actually showing people. It's like Kenya's infrastructure. Kenyans will show things and like they go on vacation and you can see Africa beyond the sad faces and like the hungry children.
Yeah, that they use on ads.
That they use an ad for a very long time. And so I do agree with you with like it has given us a way to show our
There's
culture
more to us than what,
Exactly. So we'll get to our next question, and that is who gets to define what it means, like what being African means? Do you think it's Africans? Do you think it's the rest of the world? Who's setting that standard for what it means to be African?
Honestly, I don't think any one person can define what African should be, should mean to anybody, because under the umbrella of Africa, there is more to it than just one definition. We share a lot of cultural values and stuff. However, we still individual. We have our individuality. So I don't think there should be one person should get to define what Africa is, because what Africa is to you might be different from what it is to me.
Correct.
Your experiences, because you're from Congo.
Yeah.
So your experiences from Congo is different from mine, from Nigeria.
Yeah.
But we're still Africans. So I don't think any one person should get to define that.
Okay. Actually, that was a really good answer. I wasn't expecting that angle, But it actually goes on with like, we have to remind people, Africa is a continent.
Correct.
With 54 countries.
That's why I said it's like an umbrella.
Exactly. Expecting a place with 54 countries that share similarities in like our cultures, sometimes our music. A lot of people collaborate now on music, and like there's food. We all eat basically the same thing. We just cook it a little bit different.
Yes.
So when people say things like that, they feel like, oh, that is what, like, they try to use that as a way to define what being African means. But there is more to us, and each one of us has, we have our own experiences. Yeah. We're very unique in the world. Okay. That was really good. Okay. I think that video, like, this is short. All right. Well, that was our last question.
Okay.
This was a very interesting conversation. Thank you so much for coming back. I know
Absolutely.
it was a quick one, but it was a very interesting one, retouching back on the identity. So we'll be seeing you in another episode, right?
Okay.
Where we're going to talk about social media.
Of course. That's why I shine.
Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. If you do have something to share, if you want to share about your African experience, if you went back to Africa and you have something to say, please feel free to comment and let us know. If you want to come on here and have conversation about it, send us a message in our social media platform, comment on YouTube, subscribe, and hey, we are here. This is I Am African Podcast. I'm your host, Liz, and we'll see you next time.
Perfect.